Oh, lovely girl. How you going, darling? Hey. Sun's out again today. That's good, isn't it? It's cold though, you know, relatively speaking. So, the electrics on the BM been having some issues with the kill switch. It seems is not working properly. So I decided to have a look and just see what it does and where it goes, etc., etc. And being German, you know, it's all been done efficiently. It goes from one junction as an entire piece. So, and you can see with this that it's been fiddled with before, which is interesting. So I decided to cheat on this one and replace it, the whole piece entirely, in a modular way, from the old donor bike over there. It wasn't really a donor bike, but it's become one. Trying to keep this thing, you know. And at some point I think I'm going to paint this that colour. Can't use those. I can't use that Tanker because this is a later model one. They have a different fitting. And, anyway, we're gonna install this and see how we go. I have, of course, cleaned everything up with you know, contact cleaner, that sort of stuff. What do you reckon, darling? Theoretically, that should be all good, you would think. Alright, let's see if it works, shall we? We appear to have ignition. Get out of that. Well, it runs. We've got a headlight as well. Telly, get out of it. You're a cheeky dog. You're a cheeky dog. High beam, low beam. Well, that seems to have, at this point, fix that problem. It hasn't fixed the problem with the clock though. Kill switch works. Winner winner chicken dinner, as they say in the classics. So, quick test ride to see if everything's working the way it should. Seems to be. But we're just going to go to Bernie's actually. Bernie and Gade, where we'll drop off some egg cartons. Aren't we? As said, we replaced this switch block essentially. I had a spare one on the other bike as a quick cheat, as I don't want to have to start pulling all the wiring apart if I don't have to. And I can take the other switch block apart and, you know, repair it if I can, if it's repairable. And work from there, you know, to have it for the other bike, obviously. I think there's another one lying around somewhere too. Wait. So yeah, we're just going up to. We're back to doing that again. That's weird. Why does it do that? I'm not getting that. It was working in the shed fine. I have to pull that headlight apart, I guess, and just see what it's doing. Anyway, the weather has taken a turn for the cooler. We had about 26 mils of rain over the weekend, and that was really welcome. And now all my tanks are full, all 3 tanks are full, after the previous 55 mils we had a week or so ago. So that's worked really well for me going into winter. Hopefully we can keep it like that, you know, going into summer. Oh fuck, I just remembered I didn't do the air pressure again in the top. God, I'm an idiot. Don't think it'll pull out just yet. So yeah, righto. It's shaking its head again, and worse than before, since I put the new tyre on and took some air out of the rear tyre, thinking that it would have too much in it. Oh, yeah, so it's cold. Oh, let's see. See, there's that thing. This bike moves around a lot when it's windy. And I think it's just that front bloody solid front wheel. And it gets pushed quite a bit. In fact, it is a pretty horrible day. It's not horrible, but you know. God, I just got to remember to do those tyre pressures. It's just silly. So Bernie and Gay, they're a retired couple just up the road here. They must have a lot of chooks because they've always got lots of eggs, and sometimes it really feels like it needs another gear. So they give me eggs, you know, which is really nice. Farm fresh eggs, you know. Some of them are sort of this big and some of them are this big. Like proper eggs, I suppose, you know, different colours. Not that there's anything wrong with the Aldi eggs that I get on a normal basis, you know, they're good quality. But you have to wonder, you know, how many eggs get thrown away to make all these dozens and dozens of eggs that are basically the same size, shape and colour. And I really noticed that when I was in Germany last time. I bought half a dozen eggs, you know, you tend to buy them by half a dozen there for some reason. And what's that up there? Is it a dead Skippy, or a Skippy stopped to tie his shoelaces, or what? No, it's a dead one. With the rain, they've been out and about, and seeing them times a day that you wouldn't normally. Yeah, poor bugger. So far, no trouble. Yeah, they're sort of out and about earlier in the afternoons and stuff. Not sure why that does what the rain does, you know. Anyway, completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, eggs. Eggs. And in Germany, all the eggs are really white. Like white to the point of distraction. Well, they were in Leipzig anyway the last time I was there, and I bought them, you know, several times. And they were remarkably white. Well, I'm happy that that ignition problem seems to have gone away. I know it's cheating, you know, just to take one component and swap it with another, but of course that's what people do now, like modern electronics and mechanics. They go, oh, just throw that bit away and get another one. Whether it's a car or a bloody military vehicle, you know. Yeah, so I've prepared this bike. You know, I've been going to go on this ride to Bathurst, which is like months, weeks away, and now it's next weekend, not this one coming, the one after. So I better, you know, been hoping to get this bike sorted, you know, for that ride. So we'll give her a bit of a wash. Not that it cleans up all that well. It needs, you know, if I wanted to make it prettier, I've got a set of side covers, like engine cover, sump cover and stuff, that I can, watch out for the skippies here too, that I can polish up again and put on this. It'll pretty it up a bit, stuff like that. I eventually do want to give it a decent paint job, or at least a paint job that I like, prefer, or whatever. But at the moment it's more a case of getting things sorted mechanically and handling wise, you know. Another dead furry grasshopper by the looks. I mean, they're just everywhere on these roads. Sorry, Skip. Rough old highway, this one, isn't it, eh? might have helped if I turned the choke off an hour ago. Alright then, back shortly. Enough. So, that was easy. Going home. So I just left the egg cartons on the front step. The headlight appears to be working again, so there's a bit of a connection thing going on there as well. It's not that cold, but it's cold enough. I think we might just see how the grips are going, the heated grips are going. This country out here, you know, it's got a kind of beauty of its own. Wait. Yeah. My sister-in-law calls that Plunkett Hill because you can see it from my backyard. Alright, let's go home and have some lunch. Jeez. Definitely the wind. It's always really tempting to open it up and flog it out a bit here along here, but we know the skippies are in these bushes and we've seen them a few times on video, you know. It's disappointing. I don't know whether you can see how much we're getting blown around, and most of that is coming from the front wheel. Well, at least I know what it is these days, you know, with the new shocks on the front end. Certainly significantly improving things. There's actually quite a stiff breeze blowing now. No wonder it feels cold today. So I need a bit more front air in the front tyre and a bit more in the back. Heated grip. Oh, I thought that red light was on for a minute. Heated grips are working well. On 3. With summer gloves.
Maybe we can turn them off, I think. Quite warm, which is good. But when it does actually get cold on a longer ride, another aspect of probably getting blown around a lot on this bike is also because of what it is, the BMW K100. You sit on top of it. You don't sit in, like the Harley or the Triumph, I don't know why I'm going around here first. So you really are subject more to the elements, the wind and whatnot. There you go. Mission accomplished. I suppose we'll call that a win, shall we?
winner winner chicken dinner.